Right, here we are, part 2 of the marvellous Yew Stick bow. I hadn't done much to it, just rounded the corners, slimmed the tips a bit more, tidied up round some of the knots, you know, prettying it up basically, and then it went bang. Unfortunately I wasn't videoing it when it went bang, but you wouldn't have seen much anyway. It made a spectacular noise. You can see it's actually parted where that big knot came right through, and interestingly, if I'd filled that knot it wouldn't have made any difference at all, because you can see the wood pulls away from the knot. It's the tension side that failed, so it's the sapwood that failed. On the compression side there's no problem at all. The only way to stop that sort of thing failing is if you actually take out a nice big scoop, big shallow scoop, and glue in clean continuous sapwood. So a nice sapwood patch on the back would have stopped that. I've done that sort of thing before. You know, I'm not too upset. It was something that I was sort of expecting to happen. It felt good, the bow was flexing nicely, and I was giving it plenty of exercise to try and get it back, you know, see how it was settling, ready for the last few inches of draw. It was about 24 inches. I was only pulling it to 70 pound, flexing it nicely. But interestingly, you can see, oh, actually I'm missing a little bit from there. A little bit of the belly did crumble up and explode onto the garage floor somewhere. But this split, it's propagated right along the limb till it got to mid-limb and then stopped at this knot. But you can see what it's done is it's exposed the central pith of the log, which is, well, it's either interesting or not depending on your viewpoint. If we look at the belly, once the back had gone it was free to just sort of snap, so you can imagine what happened is the back parted, and then as this levered up like that, it snapped the belly there, and that went up like that, and the whole thing just went kabam and hit the up and over roof, and a little bit exploded down the bottom. Anyway, that makes a couple of nice garden sticks, doesn't it? And at least I hadn't gone to the trouble of putting the horn knocks on. Quite nice how you can see that the splits followed the grain nicely there. This big knot through here didn't give way. That was probably one of the bigger ones. Yeah, that one didn't show through on the belly. Well, it showed through as that there. Actually, that's a different knot. That radiates out from the central pith. So that radiates out from there. So it's the weird thing of having the middle of the tree in the bow. This strange stuff going on. But yeah, a bit of a shame. It would have felt quite nice in the hand, and certainly would have been an interesting character bow. If I'd had more width there, maybe, greater width of sapwood, this side, maybe it would have survived. Because if you look at the total width of sapwood there, there's not a lot compared with sort of here. The sapwood's dropped to probably what, 50%? So twice as much strain on the sapwood there and under tension. Didn't think it was moving much in the handle, but there you go. That point didn't fail because of good clean solid back. There you go. We live and learn. Try and learn as much as you can from your failures. It's all about having a good clean solid back. Shame you missed the bang, but there you go.